Good morning to all viewers and subscribers out there. Hope you all doing good. It's a cold morning. It's a little bit chilly here. Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do to make the dough. Bills gotta pay. Heading into work. You gotta go hunt the money. Because if you don't hunt the money, you know the bills man gonna come and get you. Anyway, a little bit of topic here come to my mind for a couple of days, and I just decided this morning I'm gonna do a short video on this one. Not gonna make it too long. Not gonna make it too long. So you know, you got dad, what you call a super dad, and some are just dad. So when I talk about super dad, I want to talk about the dad them who take care of their kids 100% with everything, in every shape and form. Okay. And I'm also gonna big up all the moms out there. Whether you're married or whether you're a baby mama or whether you're just a girlfriend who taking care of the kids them on their own. And the reason why I want to touch on super dad, because some man, to me, they're just a sperm donor. And when I say sperm donor, don't get it all twisted, but listen what I'm gonna say. A sperm donor to me is a man who walk around and have kids all over the place and brag about their kids. I ain't doing nothing for them. Absolutely nothing for them. Probably a lot of guys not gonna watch this video, or even if they start watching the video, they're gonna realize, you know what, this is not for me because I'm talking to them. But sometimes you can listen and probably learn something from it. So before I get into talking about dads who don't take care of their kids, I also want to touch on ladies who out there who looking for love are running to a guy who they know have kids and not taking care of the kids, and they're okay with that. Well, there's a problem there. So tell yourself you meet a guy, you don't have kids, but you want to have one. And he have kids, and he not taking care of none of his kids. And you do your own little research or investigation and realize he's the one who dumped all his mom. Because there's a lot of guys go out there, especially in my culture, and have kids. And after they have kids with a woman, they just feel like, you know what, they want to move on to something new. To me, if you're a woman and you pick up a guy like that, you're no different from the guy. And if you think you're going to meet this guy and it's all lovey-dovey and, you know, it's all happy time, and you think you're going to have one with him and he's not going to move on, you have another guest coming. You better get yourself straightened out, because as soon as you find out that guy not taking care of that kid, you should dump him right away. Unless you just keep him around for just friends with benefits until you find something better. Because I understand, you know, sometimes loneliness and you're looking for love, you fall desperate to certain things. But it's all boiled down to, you know, a man should always take care of his kids. And if you as a woman pick up that man and you see where you can work with him, but encourage him to take care of his kids, and he's doing it, maybe you can give him a chance. Because sometimes some guys just need a good woman in their corner to straighten out certain things. As in, like, you know, if you really care for the guy and he have a job and making good money, you can really mold him into a certain way where you wouldn't believe he would you would maul him too. When I say maul, I mean like, you know, you sit him down, you know, and tell him, you know, baby, you know what, I met you and, you know, we're talking right now, you know, and you have kids and I don't have none. I'm hoping to have one. Just give him a talk. Telling him that, you know, you need to help out your kids. You can even realize how much money you make and all those stuff. And figure out, you know, how we can share with the kids. Because sometimes some guys don't give woman nothing unless the woman is still sleeping with him. And this is something that I know it's not a lie, because I know this happened in my country. A lot of guys, if they're not sleeping with the woman after they break up with the woman and they have kids with the woman ain't getting nothing from them. That's why I respect my dad to the max, because my mom and my dad break up and my dad take care of me 100%. Every weekend, every Saturday, I'm sure of my funds. Every Saturday, I'm sure of my funds. My dad is there for me. And to me, it means a lot to me, because even if my dad didn't take care of me and my dad is down and out, I would help him out. But at the end of the day, it all depends on how you look at certain things. Why your dad didn't take care of you. Because if your dad is just a man who don't care about you, you know, and you grow up and get successful and, you know, you're doing good and your dad is down and out, I don't think he should look for nothing for you. He shouldn't look for nothing from you. He should not look for nothing from you, because he should just leave you to do whatever you want to do for him if he's down and out. But he shouldn't looking for you. He should never look in nothing from you. Because it happened in real life. It happened in real life. A lot of kids out there, and you know, they still help out their dad regardless what the dad do and didn't do. He still help out the dad, which, you know, that's a good kid. That's a good kid, because I'm telling you, these days, man, the kids them these days, they will look at you regardless you take care of them and don't do nothing for you. So it go vice versa. Because I remember one time I went and visit a friend. He just had surgery. And I know this guy take care of his son. He just had surgery and he was in the house, and I went to visit him, and it was garbage day coming up the following day, so you have to take out the garbage from in the night and put it in the curb. And I went there to visit the guy, and he was sitting down in the sofa, and the son, I think the son was around 19 years old, and the son was walking by us, and the dad said to the son, "Can you take out the garbage for me?" And the son said to the dad, "Go F yourself. You can go take it out yourself." Remember, this guy just had a surgery, barely moving around. If it's my son and he tell me that, remember this. Remember this. As soon as I start move around, he's got to be gone. Not underneath my roof. But also sometimes, I don't know, but I find some kids, they talk to their dad like their brothers and sisters. You know, they don't talk to them with no respect. But that starts from a tender age. Because if you allow your kids to talk to you a certain kind of way, that's what happened. But as I said, if it was my kid, if you're underneath my roof talking to me like that, you should go find your own place. You should go find your own place. Because I don't think no dad should talk to their kids any kind of disrespectful way. Likewise, the kids talk to the dad no disrespectful way. But when you think about Canada these days, a lot of kids are going to waste. And when I say going to waste, don't get it all twisted. Let me talk about, when I say waste, what I mean. What I meant when I say kids are going to waste is because You cannot scold your kids. I don't mean beat down your kids. You cannot scold your kids. Like as in even sit him down and talk to him a little bit rough him up. Or back him in a corner and talk to him about certain things where you don't like. Because if you do that, and he call the cops and the cops show up, you're in trouble. And put it this way, if he's young and don't have a phone, and he go to school and tell the teacher, and the teacher call children's service, and children's service and police show up at your door to straighten you out as a dad because you've been too rough with your kid. It's just not right. Because you need to talk to your kids certain kind of way, and sometimes, you know, it's no lovey thing. You got to be rough with them a little bit. And as I said before, I don't mean you go beat them down, but you have to deal with them rough. Because think about it this way. The cops gonna show you up. Gonna show up. And show you up as a bad dad to your neighbor. And then at the end of the day, when these kids go to waste, as in they grow up and they didn't get no proper disciplinary, I deal with them in a way that they have to respect people on the street, or respect teachers, or respect people out there. Because the discipline starts from home. Whenever they get in trouble when they're older, it's the same cops that show up to lock you up because you scold your kids will throw them in jail. And that's why they end up in, I say they're waste. They become waste kids. Because you can't scold them. You cannot scold them. And that is so wrong. And that's why kids get into drugs and get into a lot of stuff, because they raise certain kind of way and they let go all over the place. And some of them become not a leader but a follower. As in, like when we say a follower mean, you know, they go out there and they start hanging out with friends, and these friends, they're bad influence. Are they up to no good? And your kid didn't raise certain kind of way, so he go out there and he see his friend doing shit. Excuse my language. Doing a lot of crap. And they don't know it, they know within themselves they're wrong what they're doing, but they're gonna do it anyway, just to look cool. And that's why I say a lot of them are not leaders, they're followers. And you have to teach your kids from a tender age. They cannot be a follower. They gotta be a leader. Because at the end of the day, they have to make good decisions. And when I say make good decisions, if they have a friend, they see a go off track, they can straighten them out, as in talk to them. And if they realize they're not listening, they have to just move on from that friend. Go choose a better friend. Go choose a better friend. So it's all start from home. And that's why I say, you know, big up to all the moms who play the mother role and father role, because as I said, some man, they just sperm donor because they walk around and bragging about kids, and they not do nothing at all for the kids. And these things just run parallel with each other, as in like how you grow up, you know, how your father take care of you. Because example gotta set, because a lot of kids will look at certain situation and say, guess what? When I have my own kids, I'm not gonna treat my kids like how my dad treat me. And that's how you learn to be a better person. That's how you learn to be a better person. Because you can use a person's bad example. And remember, you should not make that mistake, because it's no good. It's no good when you raise your kids. Grow up and raise your kids. It's really good to raise your kids and, you know, show them right from wrong. Show them right from wrong. Because too many times we see moms are playing the mother and father role. But don't get me wrong, some of them play it really good. Because when they're ready to straighten out kids, they will straighten out kids. So all these ladies out there who meet guys and only thinking about happy time, you know, want to have a kid, you better look into yourself, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because that's the way you wreck yourself. Because when you start off with a guy, you got to figure out if you want to go nowhere with this guy, or it's a just friend with benefits. Because people do that. People sleep with people for desperation and looking for love. A lot of time. Because even right now, I see girls out there right now who independent. They stay single because they can't bother with the baloney. They can't be bothered with the BS. So they stay single. They'd rather go get a dog or probably adopt a kid. Because these days, women even want to know your credit score. Want to know if you have any form of bad credit or you hold a lot of money out there. Because if they're doing good, they don't want you in their life. And the reason why they don't want you in their life, because you're going to just depreciate everything for them. As in whatever their goals are, if you're not doing good, you're just going to bring them down. And you know what? I respect every young girl or every woman who do that. Stay independent. Because I know for a fact, I can see it playing out in my own eyes. A lot of ladies these days, they can do without man. They can do without man because when you think about it, every relationship only based on one thing, it ain't going nowhere. And that's why a lot of them don't last long. A lot of relationships don't last long because, man, I'm telling you, I love to see an independent woman. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that so much because a lot of girls are not independent. And sometimes it's just the way they're raised and what they see their mom do. Because I know moving on from man to man is not a good thing, but it can happen. It can happen to even people who never thought it would happen to them, because you run into people and you attract different people and you realize this one is not for you. I'm not gonna say a woman gonna go sleep with all of them, but a lot of women, you take them months or even here, date a guy trying to figure out before they go sleep with them. Because you gotta have good morals. As a woman, you gotta have good morals, because a man can always do crap and don't give a crap about it, but a woman, they kind of in their own way, as in hold on a bit, check out things thoroughly before they get involved, which nothing is wrong with that. You hear a lot of guys, oh, I'm not wasting time with a woman because if a woman take too long to give up certain things or to just let loose. No, you know what? As a guy, if you're a good guy, you shouldn't think like that, because you got to remember, women always tend to, sit on certain things and observe certain things and have good morals and, know what to get into from what not to get into. Because that's why a lot of women who drink a lot, like young girls who drink a lot, they find themselves do stuff, and when they realize after what they do, they regret it. And that's why a lot of ladies, young girls, don't get into drinking and stuff. And sometimes even bad influence too. But we all do make mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes. Nothing wrong with that. We're making mistakes and we learn from our mistakes. But as I said, big up again to all the dads out there who taking care of their kids, the super dads, and all the mom who play the mother and father role. We have to appreciate that. We have to appreciate that, because it's just a part of life. It happened all the time. It happened to the best. Even sometimes you don't think it will happen to you. It happened to you. It really happened. And sometimes when we think about it, we have to question ourselves and say, that did really happen, but it happened. Yeah, I'm at work right now. Hopefully I have a good day at work. And to all my viewers and subscribers out there, big up yourself. Enough love for the support. And remember to like, share and subscribe. And to all YouTubers out there near and far, a lot of love to you guys, A lot of love to all the ladies who out there plugging away on YouTube too. And big up all the elder who giving it the best shot they can. Especially my friend in the States, dear Daddy Gargan. Big up yourself, the YouTube daddy. Big up yourself, Daddy Gargan. I'm over and out.